I hope wherever you are getting some of the sun, some peace, joy, and happiness and appreciation. This is, well, I'm Michelle M. Trey Hollis. This is our Proverbs as a practice where I read one chapter a day of Proverbs in May. And yesterday I did not read chapter 22, so we're going chapter 22 through 23 today. There are several factors that will cause you to get off track. And yesterday was one of those days. So I've had 3 days this month that I did not stay consistent. And that's interesting. That's data. And so we start anew. And that's part of what this practice is too, is just to keep going, to realize, I have to realize that I simply have bad habits that must change. And with change comes a re-examining of your values and priorities. And that takes time. I wish I could say it just comes right away, naturally. Oh, okay, I'm locked in, I got it. And yeah, you can strong arm your way into it. And I've tried. And I believe that correcting your mistake, examining it, figuring out how to avoid them in the future is just the way to go. And let that be information for you to do better. Hi. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and read Proverbs. We're reading from the Hallelujah Scriptures. And hello, welcome in. And we're reading a chapter a day of Proverbs in May. However, I did miss yesterday. So we're going to start chapter 22. We're going to do chapter 22 and 23. And this is of Proverbs. We always start by reading the first 6 verses of Proverbs because I like you to understand what we're gaining from hearing this and listening to this. That's a very important part. And I can, without a shadow of a doubt, say that I am gaining it. I am gaining a sense of presence, gratitude, awareness. And that's exactly what this is for. So let's get into it. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is, and it's said Mishle, closer to Hebrew translation. And so let's see here. So this is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1 through 6. We'll start there and then we go over to chapter 22, which is today's date. The Proverbs of Shlomo, son of David, sovereign of Yisrael, for knowing wisdom and discipline, for understanding the words of understanding, for receiving the discipline of wisdom, righteousness, right ruling, and straightness, for giving insight to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. The wise one hears and increases learning, and the understanding one gets wise counsel. For understanding a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. Okay, so now we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 22, which was yesterday's date, because I didn't come on here and read it yesterday. So today we're going to read yesterday's and then we're going to read today's. Proverbs chapter 22. A name is preferable to great riches. Favor is better than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. Yahuwah is the maker of them all. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, just sit with me and let's hear the words of wisdom and understanding. Yeah. And please call somebody and get help. You know, I hate that you feel that way. Definitely call someone and get help, okay? Call somebody, your family, your friends. Well, contact somebody, please. Contact somebody. Be with God. And be with yourself. You can trust yourself. You should trust yourself. You should trust yourself and you should trust God. You have to give yourself time to express that. It's not safe outside. And go inside your house. I love how you say that because that's what we're doing here. We're going inside of our physical, spiritual house. You know, I pray for Anand. I pray for you. I mean, you know, and that sounds, it's more than that because I understand how you feel. So, and I know that I am not a medical professional, so I don't know how to approach this conversation. But what I do know is that it is important. And you're not being made fun of here. And you are being heard here. I just want to make sure that I let you know that I acknowledge you, and that's why I'm saying, you know, to talk to somebody or just stay here and check out what these words and this conversation really is very peaceful. At least it's in my experience. So I hope that you experience that. Hi. Welcome. We're reading Proverbs chapter 22. We're on verse 2. The rich and the poor meet together. Yahuwah is the maker of them all. A clever one foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple go on and are punished. Ooh. That's one to soak in. A clever one foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple go on and are punished. The reward of humility is the reverence of Yahuwah. Riches and esteem and high, which high is life. Thorns, snares are in the way of the perverse. He who guards his life keeps far away from them. So, and it says high. We're going to say high means life. Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he turns not away from it. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. He who sows unrighteousness reaps trouble, and the rod of his wrath perishes. He who has a good eye is Baruch, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Cast out the scoffer, and strife goes out, and contention and shame cease. He who loves cleanness of heart, whose speech is pleasant, a sovereign is his friend. The eyes of Yahuwah shall watch over knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the treacherous. The lazy one says, there's a lion outside. I'm going to be killed in the streets. That's like saying, like, you're making up you're lazy if you make up and focus on the worst case scenario. That's pretty interesting, actually. It can't keep you inside. The mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit. The one denounced by Yahuwah falls in there. Folly is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of discipline drives it far from him. One oppresses the poor to increase. Another gives to the rich only to come to poverty. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For they are pleasant if you guard them within you. Let all of them be ready on your lips, that your trust might be in Yahuwah. I caused you to know today, even you. Have I not previously written to you of counsels and knowledge, to cause you to know the certainty of the words of truth, to return words of truth to those who send to you? Do not rob the poor because he is poor, and oppress not the afflicted at the gate. For Yahuwah pleads their cause and shall plunder those who plunder them. Make no friendship with one given to wrath, and do not go with a man of rage, lest you learn his ways and find yourself ensnared. Do not be one of those who shakes hands in a pledge, one of those who are guarantors for debts. If you do not have the means to pay, why should he take away your bed from under you? Do not move the ancient boundary which your fathers have established. Wow. Do you see a man who is skilled in his work? He stands before sovereigns. He does not stand before obscure ones. Wow. That is a verse. Wow. That is great. Do not move the ancient boundary which your fathers have established. Do you see a man who is skilled in his work? He stands before sovereigns. He does not stand before obscure ones. That's Proverbs chapter 22, 28, verses 28 and 29. That's powerful. Wow. Hi, Billy and Elise. What's up? Okay. Whoa, those are ones to remember right there, for real. All right, let's go. Proverbs chapter 23. So today is the 23rd, and that is why we're reading chapter 23 today. We read chapter 22 because I didn't get to read it yesterday. And we finish what we start. We make a mistake and we keep going, and that's just that. So that's what happened. So this is chapter 23 for today's day. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, look well what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for that food is deceptive. Do not labor to be rich. Cease from your own understanding. Do you lay your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle to the Shamayim. Do not eat the bread of an evil-eyed one, nor desire his delicacies. For as he reckons in his life, so is he. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. You vomit the peace you have eaten and lose your sweet words. Do not speak in the ears of a fool, for he treads on the wisdom of your words. He treads on the wisdom of your words. Do not move the ancient boundary, and do not enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong. Do not move the ancient boundary. What is the ancient boundary? And do not enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong, and he shall plead their cause against you. Bring your heart to discipline and your ears to the words of knowledge. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you beat him with the rod, he does not die. Beat him with the rod and deliver his being from the grave. My son, if your heart shall be wise, my heart rejoices. Even I and my kidneys exult when your lips speak what is straight. Your kidneys exalt. When your lips speak what is straight. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be in the reverence of Yahuwah all day long. For certain there is a latter end, and let your expectancy not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the way. Be not among heavy drinkers of wine, or with gluttonous eaters of meat, for the drunkard and the glutton become poor, and slumber clothes in rags. Listen to your father who brought you forth, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Attain the truth and do not sell it. Wisdom and discipline and understanding. The father of the righteous greatly rejoices, and he who brings forth a wise one delights in him. Let your father and your mother rejoice, and let her who bore you exult. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes watch my ways. For a whore is a deep pit, and a strange woman is a narrow well. She too lies in wait as for a prey, and increases the treacherous among men. Who has woe? That's interesting. Okay, so we're Proverbs chapter 23, verse 29. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaints? Who feels hurt without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those staying long at the wine, those going in search out mixed wine. Those staying long at the wine, those going in to search out mixed wine. Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it gives its color in the cup as it flows smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake and stings like an adder. Your eyes look on strange women, and your heart speaks perversities. And you shall be as one lying down in the midst of the sea, and as one lying at the top of the mast, saying, they smote me, I was not sick. They beat me, I did not know. When shall I wake up? Let me seek it again. Well, that's a powerful one. Wow. Well, this was great. This was a great, these are two incredibly important chapters. So I'm glad that I got to come on here and read it. Thank you all for being with me through this journey of reading the Proverbs. It really is beautiful to get to experience it with you all. I also, recognize that coming online every day and showing yourself and, things like that is very, it's very, it holds me accountable, but also it requires something of you. Because I don't want to say it's hard, but it is a commitment to even just little commitment. Coming on here, having my microphone charged, putting it on, bringing the stand, bringing my Bible. And it's beautiful because I get to be outside. It's like I'm doing two things at once. I like how my vegan friend said it, Chef Dom, she said, it's like feeding two birds with one scone instead of the other one, And I thought, that's great. That was great. I'm pretty sure she freestyled that too. Gotta love that. And so Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the views. Make sure you like, follow, share this with somebody who might want to just read along or listen along to a proverb a day. A proverb a day. I had a little rhyme, and now I can't even remember. A proverb a day in May. A proverb a day in May. So we're doing. So we just read Proverbs 22 and 23. Very strong ones. Wow. And it keeps saying, do not move the ancient boundary which your fathers have established. What is the ancient boundary? I mean, it says it twice so far. And it also says, my son, if your heart shall be wise, my heart rejoices. Even I and my kidneys exult. When your lips speak what is straight. What does that actually mean? You know, like me and my kidneys exult. So that's good. And then right after that, it goes into don't be drinking, don't be a glutton. Don't be drinking and eating fatty, gluttonous meats and foods. Yeah, it says a lot here. Do not move the ancient boundary which your fathers have established. This is Proverbs 28 and 29. This is just so strong. I want to end with this. Do not move the ancient boundary which your fathers have established. Do you see a man who is skilled in his work? He stands before sovereigns. He does not stand before obscure ones. That is just a powerful, powerful verse. I'm so glad that we read that. I highly encourage you to, you know, does anyone in here have different forms of the scriptures? Which this is basically the canonized Bible. Hallelujah scriptures. If you have different kinds of text that you're reading that's closer to Hebrew, I would love to hear about them. Make sure you put those in the chat. And this is good text. This is really landing right now. So I hope it's landing with you too. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Michelle M. Trey Hollis. 5-star conversations in the Sun City, where we be in harmony of sound, mind, body, spirit, soul, and money. High five to the vibe all day long. Have a great 23rd.